give them a warm welcome. Real quick, before we jump right into the assembly, just a couple of notes here. Please, while you are here, make sure you keep your chairs where they are. Okay, they are placed where they are intentionally so that people behind you can see them. Didn't move them, please move them back where they were when you came in, so that people behind you can see they were staggered, so that people can see them. Okay? We have our VIP group here. You guys can hang after for a little bit and have a little session with Mr. Robinson right here as well. Thank you. If there's anything that you need during the assembly, raise your hand, and one of our teachers will be available to help you. While we're here in the NPR rules, just like we've done during indoor recess, apply, be respectful, be responsible, be safe. I know you guys know that. I don't even need to go over that, which is great. Welcome to all of our students who are joining us via the live stream. There's the camera right there up in the ceiling. We can wave to all those classrooms who are joining us. Very excited for that too. All right, and without further ado, let's go ahead and give a second warm welcome to the great Mr. Josh Robinson.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Josh. My mom told me I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, so when I count to 3, I'm going to need you all to tell me your names. 1, 2, 3. I missed a couple. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Nice to meet you. My name is Josh, and I'm really excited to be here today to share with you something that means a lot to me, which is drumming and music and not the cello, although there's nothing wrong with cello. I just don't play it. I like to hit stuff. Raise your hand if you like to hit stuff. Keep your hand up if you make good choices when you hit stuff. Somebody else is not a good choice. A wall is not a good choice. What is a good choice if you need to hit something? Who could share? Yes, what do you think? What's a good choice if you need to hit something? A stuffed animal, anything soft. What? A pillow, but we're not calling out. We're raising our hands and being respectful. How about you in the back with the gray shirt on? Yes, yes, you. Say it loud. A pillow, yeah. So for me, I need you to put your hands down now. I'm a tricky kind of guy, and I'm going to try to trick you for the next 45 minutes. So I need you to be on your toes because I'm going to say something and you have to respond to it. So if I say, let's all clap our, you would just answer one time with your hands. Ready? Let's all clap our. We left room for improvement. Let's all clap our. Let's all clap our. Let's all stomp our. If we could reach the floor. Let's all stomp our. Let's all stomp our. Let's all clap our. Let's all snap our. If you don't know how to snap, you could take 2 fingers and put it in the middle of the palm of your hand and do the 2-finger snap clap. See, I just taught you something. If I left right now, you couldn't say I didn't teach you something today. Taught you how to snap. Let's all snap our. Let's all snap our. Okay, cool. So there's going to be moments today where we're making noise and we're excited and we're moving around and we're participating. Then there's going to be moments where we're going to be listening and watching and learning. I'm going to share some personal stuff with you. This is my stuff. This is my life. And I want you to listen with respect, and I will give you the same respect. If I see you in the hallway, if I see you around down the road, I'll give you that same respect. So that's how we're going to show it to each other. Now, I told you I like to hit stuff. I do. When I was young, I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of aggression and anger because at home, things were kind of rough. It was like a rocky start. So my dad was addicted to drugs, which wasn't cool at all. It actually brought a lot of disappointment and a lot of confusion and a lot of anger to me. And also, like, there were some good things about him. There's usually 2 sides to every story. When it came to music, he was a real good dad. He taught me how to play some drums. He brought me to concerts. He brought me even on a tour once. I got to listen to his radio show that he used to do. But when it came to promises and when it came to being there for me, he wasn't there. So I remember being really young and being really mad about it. And the way I used to express myself was I used to make bad choices. I would get in fights. I would break things. Sometimes I would break something I cared about, and then I would be sad later that I broke that in that moment of anger. And I got to know my principal, Mr. Habersky, who was nowhere nearly as cool as your principal is. But I got a lot of time in Mr. Habersky's room, and that's because I was making bad choices. And I needed to find some positive ways to put that energy. So what did I do? I looked around the house. And if it made a cool sound, I took it. Grandma's cake pan, mine. Grandma's smaller cake pan, also mine. And there was so much banging and crashing and noise down there. And what I realized every time I came up from the basement, I felt better because I had drummed out some of those feelings. So they got tired of me taking the pots and pans out of the kitchen and bought me a drum set. Yeah. You love it? Thank you. So apparently, whoever got me this drum set didn't really know that much about drum sets because the snare isn't supposed to be as high as your head, but they had good intentions. So I started banging away. That was my drum set. And I remember feeling really good. We couldn't afford the stool, so I'm actually sitting on an old dirty clothes hamper. Yeah. But you know, it was the 70s, so things were different then. Yeah. I'm 51. Yeah. So I'm trying to catch you up on the last 51 years because you haven't been around. Let's all clap our, you were asleep, you were asleep. If this was Simon Says or we were giving out big rewards, you're out. VIP, you earned your way, you spent your points to be here. I expect you to be listening. Let's all clap our. All right, so started drumming, got really into it. I felt good every time that I drummed in the basement. But I needed some more outlets to get rid. I still was mad, you know, because sometimes these situations that you're living in, you didn't really sign up for it. Like, I didn't ask to have a father that was addicted to drugs. I didn't order one on Amazon. It's just the situation that I got put into. So what I had to do was realize that I wasn't going to let it hold me down, and I was going to make choices that were healthy for me to live the kind of life that I wanted to live. Because you got a couple choices. You could end up like them, or you could use that as a motivation to go the other way. I decided to go the other way. Now, where's another place that you could hit people and not get in trouble and be productive and not destructive? I don't even need you to answer. I have the answer right here. The football field. So this was my other place that I would hit. Football was a great activity for me. I loved to run, and I loved all that collision. And every time I worked out, I used that energy. And every time I hit the field, I used that energy too. I know I was a lot more dapper back then. So this was another thing. And then when I got a little bit older, I got introduced to drumming with my hands. I bet you didn't expect to see that. That guy. So I joined an African Brazilian drum and dance ensemble. That was a really important part of my life because I learned all about drumming with my hands, and I learned about culture that belongs, like African culture, black culture, that music, and I became a guest of that culture because it really inspired me. I loved how it felt to hit a drum with my hands. We only got about, 36 more years to go. So, but that was a really important part of life for me because that really helped me find a passion of mine. And, you know, you could do a lot of things with your time. you could get a job and you could cover your bills and you can get a car and you could live that way. But if you're not feeling it and it's not something you enjoy and it's not a good use of your skills and your talents and your light and your abilities, you're just kind of working and going through the motions. So I did that. I got a job and I was working in a furniture store selling office furniture. People would come in and they're like, hello, do you need a desk today? That was my life. Hated it. I was miserable. But I was paying the bills and I thought being a grown-up means you get a job, you go to work. But I wasn't doing a job that felt good at all. I wasn't using my passion, which has always been music and always been helping people. So I was going through the motions, and I decided to take a trip. Sometimes you just got to get away. And I took a trip to Cuba. Properly pronounced Cuba. Everybody say Cuba. Yeah. Now, Cuba's not an easy place to get into because our government and their government are like two old grandpas that had a fight a long time ago, and they still haven't worked it out. So I went to Cuba, and what I realized there was that I needed to quit my job and I needed to do what I wanted to do because I learned that there's different ways to be rich. Raise your hand if you're rich. I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. Now, there's different things you can be rich in. I'm not particularly concerned about being rich in money or green pieces of paper with old presidents' faces on it. Like, I like it. I need some, but that's not what I mean by rich. I'm rich in friendships. I'm rich in percussion instruments. I'm rich in purpose. I'm rich in family. I'm rich in opportunities. And there's different ways. And so the way I thought about wealth and the way I thought about being rich changed in Cuba because those people don't have much when it comes to material things. I went to a house where the floor was just dirt and it was like cinder blocks built up, and that's what it was. And then they started playing their music, their culture came out, and look at the faces of these people. They look rich to me. This is, in Cuba, a picture that I took of a drumming and dance ensemble that really inspired me and moved me. And I started to think, these people look pretty happy. Maybe there's something to dirt floors. And so what I realized was you have to do what lights you up, what illuminates you. You have to do in life what makes you feel good, and that's a good use of you. Some of you, life could be like a big group hug, like a warm, fuzzy hug, and sometimes it feels like a punch in the jaw. That's part of being a human being. You're going to go up. You're going to go down. It's a whole bunch of moments just crammed together. Now, you got a lot more moments ahead of you, and you're going to write your own story, and mine has been pretty powerful. So I'm going to share another little story with you, and then we're going to get into some, actually, I'm going to teach you something first. All right. When I went to Cuba, they taught me how to drum, but we didn't learn in the music room. Like, you have some awesome music teachers here, but we did not learn in the music room. We learned in the living room, and we learned in something called the oral tradition. So in drumming, you learn the language of drumming, and you learn how to say everything first. So raise your hand if you speak Spanish. Que rico. Raise your hand if you speak Chinese. Raise your hand if you speak French. Raise your hand if you speak animal language, like dog, cat, fish, snake, hamster, German chicken, guinea pig. Okay, all right, that's enough. I didn't say show me, I said hands with hands, yep. All right, raise your hand if you speak drum language. Does anybody speak drum language? Yeah, you might be like, boom, boom, ta, boom, boom, ta. You might be beatboxing. You might be tapping on the desk while your teachers are trying to teach you, right? Might be tapping on the dashboard. Let's all clap our, you missed it. You missed it. Still left room for improvement, though. Let's all clap our. Okay, cool. I'm going to teach you some drum language. So everything that I learned to play when I was in Cuba and Brazil, I learned how to say it first. Zagada zugadu. Zagada zugudu, zagada zugudu. Zagada zugudukuku. Brakuku, brakuku, brak, pum, pum, digi. Tuka chaka, tuka chaka, tuka chaka, do. Tuku paku tiki kuku, patakun kin kuku. Zigadagadek, zigadagadek, zigadagadek. Yeah, all right. So, all right. So now it's your turn to learn some drum language. I'm gonna say it to you, and you're gonna say it back to me. Here we go. Ready? Let me get a little beat going. Here we go. Boom, boom, tap, tap, tap. Boom, tap, tap. Gon, gon, kiki, go, gon, ki. Gon, 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 ki, ki, ki. Doom, pa, do, doom, doom, pa. Pa, do, doom, pa, do, doom, doom. Pa, do, pa, do, pa, do, pa. Doom, 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 beep, beep. Doom, 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 hey! I won the bet. I just bet your principal I could get you all to hit yourself in the face. And I won! Just kidding, just kidding. Let's all clap our. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with my story. That was really good, by the way. We should start a band with 117 people. Who's got a van? Whose parents have a van big enough to fit us? All right, cool. So I'm gonna keep going. So that time that I told you in the beginning about my life when I was angry a lot, I think we're gonna need to clap our, clap our, clap our. Cool. I want you to be excited. I want you to have fun. I also want you to listen. And anybody that's talking and wasting our time, it's like a friend taking your favorite ice cream bowl and just scooping some of it out and throwing it away and wasting it. It's not a nice thing to do. So let's make sure we don't waste any. All right? Now, keep going. So, one of the things I'm really grateful for in my life is grandparents. Because when all that crazy stuff was going on with my dad and my mom was doing her best, but she had it rough, my grandparents stepped in to help. And my grandfather in particular was my male role model for me. He showed me a lot of stuff, how to use a hammer and a nail, right? How to make something out of wood, how to play cards, and how to keep your word and be a person of your word. And those are some really important, and how to ride a bike too, as a matter of fact. One time he said, I'll give you $5 if you hit a home run. And I clocked the ball and went, it hit the fence and bounced back in. He gave me $4.75. Yes, he was a real good guy. His name is Irv. Raise your hand if you know somebody named Irv. Do you really? Is there an Irv in your class? All right. So here's a picture. This is my grandparents, Irv and Ginger. Irv and Ginger. Look at those glasses. Look at those sweaters. They don't even make stuff like that anymore. But they were really there for me and helped me out a lot. So something really powerful happened. Irv, that's little baby Josh, little chubby baby Josh. And so Irv was a carpenter. Irv was a police officer for a bit. Irv helped people a lot. He fixed things a lot. He had really rough hands because he worked hard with them his whole life. And Irv also was 93 years old, and he had a heart attack, and he decided he was going to drive himself to the hospital because he's tough like that. So Irv went to the hospital. I went there to sit by his bed, and I realized that it was a sad time. And so instead of talking, I decided to bring my very special steel drum. I knew it. He knew it. That's why you're VIP. I brought my steel drum to the hospital and I decided to play all of my feelings through this drum because I had already said I love you 50 times. I had already said I'm here for you, Pop, 50 times. And I kind of ran out of other things to say. So I decided to say everything through the instrument. And so something really cool happened in the hospital that day. I realized that I would never run out of things to say when I use music to speak and express myself. So raise your hand if you like music. Oh, good, because I was going to have the bouncers get you out of here if you didn't. Okay, cool. Raise your hand if you like to dance to music. Raise your hand if you have music that makes you feel happy when you're feeling sad. Raise your hand if you have music that gets you pumped up or hyped up for a big game, your turn-up music, your excitement music. Raise your hand if you have music that reminds you of older people in your family. You call it their music, right? Is Stevie Wonder their music, or is it your music? Is it my music? Stevie's my favorite. Raise your hand if you have music that helps you clean your room when you really don't want to clean your room. Yeah. Striking some chords here? Good. So, music has a power to move you, and music can change your mood. It can help you out. And so for me, this music helped me with my grandfather. And it actually made me realize that I want to work with other people, helping them with music too. So after my grandfather died in the hospital, I decided in his memory, I was going to keep it going, and I was going to make this work go as far as I can in the world to as many places. So I started working. Oh, and this, see that picture? That's behind the Art Museum in Philly. It's a jogging path. You ever been there? Thumbs up if you've been there. It's near the Rocky statue. You ever seen that? Yep. So I like to go back there and drum. I like to go back there and drum and just kind of get lost in my thoughts and get out some of my stuff. And so what I did was one day I was drumming back there, and a guy with a dog that was jogging stopped, and he said, "Hey, you're Josh, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You don't recognize me?" I was like, "No." And he said, "I was your grandfather's doctor, and we still remember the guy with the drum in the hospital bed. We remember you." And I was like, "Ooh, I think that's a sign from Irv. I think my grandfather is trying to tell me something." And after that day, I started working in hospitals and hospice and everywhere you could imagine. I travel all around the country. I even work for Google now. Yeah, Google hires me. You heard of it? If you haven't, Google it. All right. So, what I'm trying to share with you is that you got to live passionately. You got to do something that you love. You got to have meaning. And luckily, I have some meaning. So, here's some adventures. Share some adventures from you if I'm not blocking it. Some adventures and travels from drumming in different places. Oh yeah, Bigfoot is real and he likes to drum. Yep. Yeah, by the way, I met Bigfoot. I am taller than Bigfoot. That's a great observation. You can count on this young man for observation skills. I was in the mountains in California, and I was drumming, and then Bigfoot kind of came over, and he's like, "Ugh." And I was like, "Yeah, man, you can drum with me." And he's like, "Ugh." And then we hung out. It was cool. Yep. All right. And those are some of the mountains in California, some of the friends I've made. Drums and mountains. All right, but I'm going to need you to stop talking and listen and watch, okay? I know you're excited. It's hard to have a 100-person conversation. All right, let's keep going. And then we're going to get to you doing some more drumming in a minute, I promise, okay? This is in Idaho with friends that I've drummed with in Idaho. Santa Cruz, California, a whole room full of people like yourselves drumming. Detroit, teaching them how to build some drums out of the buckets that you have here in your school as well. That's another assembly. But right now we're going to use the buckets that we have. So Let's all clap our. Let's all clap our. I know it's hard to pay attention to one person for a long time. I get it. I remember. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to teach you how to make some beats. But before we do that, I want to tell you a musical story, all right? We're going to do something where you are going to close your eyes and you're going to listen. And I want you to pretend that you were in an airplane with a backpack on, and inside of that backpack was a parachute. And when you jumped out of that plane and the parachute worked, it went, and you glided down to the ground. And when you get there, the music is going to tell you where you landed, what was going on, who was around. You're going to make up a story in your mind. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, do that. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, then look down at your shoelaces. We're not going to talk to our friends. We're not going to make any kinds of distractions. We're going to listen super quietly. And I have some really cool instruments that even sound like nature. So your job is to be quiet and listen. Here we go. All right, you can clap. All right. That was amazing. All of the teachers and staff are in complete disbelief that you were that relaxed, calm, and quiet. Now, let's take a couple deep breaths. Put one hand on your heart and the other on your stomach. Deep breath in, let it out. Deep breath in, let it out. Breathe in. You got to remember to breathe. It's good for you. Deep breath in, let it out. Good. Okay. Now, who can either tell me how that music made them feel or where they went in their mind with a story? How about you in the way back in the pink and the red? Can you speak loudly? Yes, you. Can you tell us either how that music made you felt or where you went in your story? Made you feel calm? All right, thumbs up if it also made you feel calm. Uh-huh. Cool. All right, somebody else? either a way it made you feel. How about you in the tie-dye hoodie right there? Yes. Can you talk loud? Around nature. That's great. Excellent. Excellent. I love how your mask matches your hoodie as well. How about you right there in the stripes? Landed in a jungle. Raise your thumbs up if you also landed in a jungle. Mm-hmm. Who didn't land in a jungle and landed somewhere else? Because the brain is a very complicated and beautiful place. What about you? You landed in the ocean. Yeah, I could hear that. Water and ocean. I like it. How about you in the way back in the yellow? Yep. Relaxed. Yes, definitely relaxing. And we'll take one more in the blue and the white. Yes, you right there. I'm sorry, I can't hear them. We got some noise on the side, a little bit louder. Land it on your house. It's better to land on your house than under your house. So good. I'm glad you landed on top. Came out on top. Good. You can put your hands down. So, the power of music. I want you to think about the music that you listen to because, like, it could calm you down. It could relax you. You had a rough day, or the grown-ups in your life are acting crazy and you just need to escape. Maybe you could get some music because the messages that you put into your ears affect the way you think and sometimes your mood and your feeling, just like the food you put into your body affects the way you feel, how much energy you have, the way you look, right? What you read affects your brain and how you think and what you know, right? So it's not a coincidence. All right, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna teach you how to make up some beats and play some beats, and I made up a very special rhythm for your school today, and I'm gonna share it with you, I'm gonna teach it to you. So, we're gonna start out, remember I was doing drum language? Well, we're gonna do Mexican food language, and we're gonna learn some beats together. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to repeat after me. Everybody say rice, rice, taco, taco. You're gonna be asking when is lunch all day long. Everybody say sour cream, sour cream. Raise your hand if you can't eat dairy. All right, so we'll pretend it's cauliflower sour cream. Cauliflower cream. Everybody say quesadilla. Quesadilla. Everybody say rice, rice, taco, taco. Sour cream, sour cream, sour cream, rice. Taco rice, taco rice. All right, we're going to use our body percussion. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like this. We're going to go rice, 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 rice. Got that one? Then taco, 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 taco. All right, now we'll do it all together. So we're going to go rice, 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 taco, 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 rice, 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 taco, 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 rice, rice. Come on, what happened? Rice, taco, taco, taco. It's good for your brain. Rice, 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 taco, 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 taco. All right, good. Let's up our game now. Sour cream. We're gonna go sour cream, sour cream, sour cream, sour cream. Ooh. We'll do sour cream, sour cream, sour cream 4 times. So we'll do rice 4 times and then we'll do sour cream. You got this? Yeah. All right, everybody give yourself a pat on the back. Now turn around in the room to somebody and look at them and say, you got this. All right, now turn back to me. Here we go. 5, 6, there we go. It's rice, 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 rice. Taco, 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 rice, rice. Sour cream's coming next. Sour cream, sour cream, sour cream, sour cream. Don't hurt yourself now. All right. Can you handle quesadilla? All right. Do you know what a quesadilla is? All right. Now, what would happen if you just cooked the quesadilla on one side? You left it on one side. What's going to happen? It's going to get burnt. Raise your hand if you like burnt quesadilla. Raise your hand if you just lied to me about liking burnt quesadillas. All right, I forgive you. Let's all stomp our. Let's all stomp our. Let's all stomp our. Let's all rub our. Let's all pull our. Let's all touch our. Let's all touch our. Okay, cool. Now, quesadilla, we're going to do like this. We're going to go quesadilla, quesadilla. We got to flip it. Quesadilla, 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 quesadilla. All right, let's try 4. Let's do rice and quesadilla. Hold on, ready? 5, 6. Don't forget to say the words. It's rice, 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 rice. Quesadilla, 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 rice, 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 rice. Quesadilla, 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 quesadilla. I love this group. You ready for a challenge? I know you are. I know you are. All right, here we go. We're going to do 4 rices in between every time. So we're always doing 4 rices. Just picture yourself eating that scoops of rice. Going to get your carbs today. And then we're going to do 4 rices, then 4 tacos. 4 rices, then 4 sour creams. 4 rices, then 4 quesadillas. All right, here we go. Ready? 5, 6. Don't forget to say the words. It's rice, 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 rice. Taco, 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 taco. Rice, 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 rice. Sour cream, sour cream, sour cream, sour cream. Rice, 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 rice. Quesadilla, 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 quesadilla. I like it, I like it. Now, we can put those together and make some beats. So I could do rice, taco, taco, rice. Rice, taco, taco, rice. Rice, taco, taco, rice. Maybe we should throw a quesadilla in there, right? Let's do rice, quesadilla, taco, rice. Rice, quesadilla, taco, rice. Rice, quesadilla, taco, rice. You got this. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. All right. Now, guess what's cool about music? Once it goes into your brain, sometimes it never comes out again. And that's powerful stuff. It can help you remember things. So I'm going to test you and see what you have stored in your brains that music put there. And I want to make sure that you sing back the rest of my song. If you know the rest, sing it to me. Ready? We are farmers nationwide. Like a good neighbor. Why do you know so much about car insurance when you're getting driven around? Well, guess what? Your teachers were in here drumming with me 2 days ago, and they know those songs too. And guess what? If you can listen, I'll tell you a secret. A lot of your teachers know a song about baloney. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. And Kit Kat bars. Let's all clap our. Let's all clap our. All right, cool. So the reason I'm sharing that with you is not to help you pick a car insurance company when you're ready, but to remind you that, hey, guess what? Songs get stuck in your head. And we're going to use some music to play together now. And I made up some beats for you. All right, here we go. Got to get my screen up. This is a hand-tailored beat for you. So I was looking at your website. You got some good missions going on. There's a lot of responsibility, respect, safety, all the B's. And we're going to turn that into a beat because it's one thing to say it, it's another to play it. And we're going to invite the VIPs to join us on some buckets. Now, guess what? Not yet, not yet. Now, if you get inspired today and you're like, I need drumming in my life, I need a drum, straight up. You don't need a lot to drum. Like, I make music with everything. The silliest instruments I have are these. Yep. You don't think these are instruments, but they are instruments. They're totally instruments. Ready? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for some of your dogs tonight because you're going to be like, give me that. I need that. But you don't want one that's been chewed up. Let's all clap R. Let's all snap R. Snap R. Snap R. Snap R. Snap R. Hey, I see you. I see you. All right. So we're going to play a rhythm, and this rhythm is for you. Bucket drummers, get your buckets out. Put them in front of your chairs. Okay. All right. So, everybody else, we're talking about body percussion. We need you drumming with us with the body percussion. Everybody with buckets. We're going to hold those sticks like handlebars, like you are driving a scooter or a spaceship. Hold them like handlebars. Yep. Okay. We're going to say this rhythm. We're going to say respect, safe, responsibility. Say respect, safe, responsibility. Respect, safe, responsibility. Respect, safe, responsibility. Respect, safe, responsibility. And our drummers, you're going to drum it on the buckets with us. Ready? We're going to say it all together 4 times like we mean it, and then we're going to all drum it and play it together. 5, 6, everybody say it. Respect, safe, responsibility. Respect, safe, responsibility. Come on. Woo! Hey. Respect, safe, responsibility. Woo! Come on. Hey. Breathe. Hey. 5, 6, everybody freeze. Let's all clap R and hit R, hit R, hit R, clap 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 R, hit R, and stop. Nice job, everybody. Good work, good work. All right. Before we do our final thing together today, I need everybody with sticks to hold them like handlebars. Hold the handlebars. Okay, before we go, first of all, I hope you've enjoyed yourself and you learned something today. I have time for a couple of questions. So if there's something that you would like to know, raise your hand and ask a question. Just to be clear, a question needs an answer. A statement is a statement. All right? How about you right there in the gray shirt? Yes, you. What's your question? I started drumming a little before 5 years old when you saw me in that picture. So I started probably when I was, 4 and a half, and they got, yep. Your name is Josh too? Sweet. Well, we need more good Joshes in the world, so I'm glad you're here. All right, I'll take, how about you in the back? Yes, you. Could you say that a little bit louder and once again? Oh, can people that have Alexis or Google play my music? No. If you say, Alexis, play Josh Robinson, she's going to say, sorry, I don't know that one. So don't even try it. But if you type in my name on YouTube, you will definitely find me playing some videos, some music with my hand pan. I play in a Brazilian band with 12 other friends, big rockin' band, so we have that too. How about you in the back with the white mask on? Yep. What is your question? Loud and clear. Can you hire me for next birthday party? Well, it depends. Do you expect me to make balloon animals? Because I'm not good at that. Do you expect me to wear a clown nose? I tell you what, I will come to your next birthday party if I could just walk around to people, sneak up on them, and go, you want to pay me to do that? I don't think you do. Rethink it. Better use of your allowance and savings. All right, put your hands down. You can ask your teachers to email me more questions if you have more questions for me. People in the room, sorry that you couldn't see the pictures. I promise I looked funny and cute and weird and all that, but I can share pictures if you want to see pictures. Let's all clap our, clap our, clap our. We have one more rhythm. These are words I want to leave you with. I want you to remember me by for the rest of your lives. It's a fancy rhythm. All right, so these are some of the ingredients. I need you to clap your, clap your. So these are some of the ingredients to life. And these are some of the ingredients that I use to have a good, important, meaningful life. And I want you to share them with you. So we're going to say, work hard, relationships, passion, fun. Work hard, relationships, passion, fun. Work hard. Work hard, relationships. Here we go. 5, 6, everybody roll. Let's all hit our, there it is. Thank you, everybody. All right. All right, so VIPs, you can put your drumsticks down on the ground.
All right, let's give another round of applause for Josh Robinson. All right, thank you guys. Yes, we'll have our VIPs stick around. Teachers, I see our third grade teachers are all here. If you guys would like to go ahead and start dismissing your classes, we can have maybe the class in the back. Whose class is that in the back? Is that? Okay. Okay.
That's
You're
okay.
the special, so you're the last one. Okay. Okay. Just you. Just you. Or all of them? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start with Miss Howard's class. Miss Howard's class will start. You can go that way, and then Miss Anderson.
Down.
Miss Anderson, you want to take your class this way? All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you all and our audience live streaming.
Huh? Oh, definitely. But, I mean, yeah, I get it. Also, I'm getting them hyped and then back and up and down, and I get it. I knew transitions would be, but it's okay. Sure. I don't need a rest. Whenever you're ready, but if you want me to hang with them for a little bit, yeah, yeah, sure. I'm ready to go.
Thank you, Miss Bailey.
Hello, hello.
I guess it is.
Yeah, it's on. It's see. Yeah, this one. Check, check. This one might be higher. Hello. What? Maybe they're all the same. I don't know. I think their voices are just cutting through it all. Call me Mr. Josh. Yep. I was just teasing. I'm probably not going to go to it. But I was joking. I like to be silly. And I don't really do clown noses that well. It's not my style. Although I do have really big feet. So if I put tight pants on, I kind of could look like clown feet, right? Clown shoes. Yes, you have a question? The steel drum? Yeah, it's cool, right? It's relaxing. It's magic. The magic gets transferred to the speaker. Um, I I've been playing that. I've had a drum like that for probably 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, maybe when I was like 44. Yeah, good math. Yeah. What about you? Got a question? Say it again. Hold on one second. I can't hear. Can you guys keep it down, please? The room is very booming. Ask your question again. This metal drum? I've had this a drum like this for about maybe 15 years. Yeah, it's okay. It's hard to hear in here. It's okay. Go ahead. This drum? Well, there's different prices for different versions of it, but this drum costs about $700. What? It's only 200 more than a PS5, and I get a lot more play out of it. What? In the stores, like legitimately in the stores? Wow, $1,000. So I guess I didn't do that bad at 650 in the black market when it came out. How about you? Question? Can everybody else? Can everybody else listen? I can't hear over here, guys. Go ahead. My band's name? One of them is called Alo Brazil, A-L-O, Brazil, and that is a big band with like 12 or 14 people in it, depending on the night. We have dancers, we have a whole lot going on. It's celebration music from Brazil. But I've played in a lot of bands. My wife is also a singer, and she plays piano, and Spanish and we play Latin music together? Yeah. My name is Josh. Giovanna. How about you? You have a question? That's a great question. No, it's always been about drums for me. Um, my wife plays the piano, so I got a piano player in the house. My older son plays the piano and sings. But no, it's always been drums for me, and then I do like the steel drum because it's got notes and melody. But most of the time, drums, congas. The congas are really my favorite. This is the one I practice the most because you can actually get about 5 different sounds out of one drum. So I like practicing so I can get all the different sounds. Congas are really my favorite. Yes, you have a question? When I what? My first band? I was in high school. We had a high school band. We were practicing for the talent show, and we won the talent show. So that my first serious band was in high school. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Is it electronic or is it a acoustic regular sound? Do you plug in and put headphones on, or do you just play and you can hear it? Yeah, so regular drums. A lot of people put electronic drums in their house so it's not as loud. And my son has an electronic set. Yes, question. That's actually, it is carbon fiber. How did you know that? Yeah, and the reason I got it is because it is so light. Pick it up. It's so light, you can pick it up with one hand. And it's really light. So, because I travel so much, and because I have so much to carry, I bought this and another one like it so that I can have, I call them my Darth Vader drums. All right. Yes. The hand pan? Yes, it's only made out of metal. It's steel. And then this. I didn't make it. They made it actually in Siberia. But I think what they do is they bend it, like they take plain pieces of metal and then they put it in like a shell and then they pound it and hammer it to change the shape. And then on this side they cut tongues. See how the different tongues are cut out and the tongues vibrate. I stop it from vibrating, stop the sound. Yeah. Awesome. Perfect. Yes. Let's see. All right. Did you have your hand up? Yes, go ahead. What really happened? My dad was addicted to drugs, and my mom and dad split up when I was a real little kid. My dad was mean and like kind of beat up on her sometimes, and what else can I tell you? He ended up in jail, and but through all you need are one person to love you, care about you. It could be a teacher, it could be a grandparent, it could be somebody that invests in you, and you can totally change the story. You just gotta believe you deserve it. You gotta believe you deserve a good life. Yeah? Good question. Did I answer your question? Yes. I've liked music since I was a little tiny baby. Yeah. My dad used to play guitar and sing, and I was exposed to music, my whole entire life. Yeah, go ahead. I was in Cuba for 2.5 weeks. I went in 2000. How old were you in 2000? Negative what? You were minus 14. Good math. So you were incorporating math into the day. Negative lower. How about you? Yep. Yeah, so the steel drum sounds, so can you see the tongues on there? Can you see that some are small and some are big? So
Yeah,
what you do, when you hit it, it vibrates. That's what sound is. It's visible vibration. So you hit it, it vibrates. If I stop it, then it doesn't vibrate anymore. So it's a bunch of vibrations, and then the different sizes make different notes, lower and higher.
It vibrates a little bit more like this.
Yep. It does.
Gives me like a faint.
Go ahead.
Have you ever had to share a drum with someone?
Have I ever had to share a drum with someone?
Yeah, like play the same drum.
Yeah, I've actually shared drums like this with people where we sit across from each other and I get these notes and you get those notes. And then I like sharing. I like playing with other people. It's like having a good conversation with somebody. If people are listening and playing together, it's just that you're using sounds instead of words to communicate and express yourself. So,
Here's do one more question.
yeah, sure.
Is that all right?
Yep, last one. Somebody that didn't ask me a question? You didn't ask me one. Go ahead.
What made you like start drumming?
I was around music at an early age. I remember getting to go to concerts and things, and my dad was playing, and I just saw the drum set, and I was so little, it looked so high. The cymbals looked like they were 10 feet tall, and I just loved the sound of drumming, and I loved the feeling. And my dad used to put me on a little chair and let me hit the drum, so I started loving it very, very, very early. Whatever you're exposed to is gonna affect you, right? So I was exposed to a lot of music. Yeah. So I don't think we have time for any more questions because I have to do another group that's coming in. But good job and thank you for coming today and way to go with earning your VIP status.
So thank you so much again, Josh. I really do appreciate it. If you can all do me a couple quick favors here, okay? If you can put the buckets under your chair, as well as the sticks, the drum sticks, and the VIP sign. The stickers are yours. Okay, you can keep the stickers, but keep the VIP sign. Put that on your chair, and then the sticks and the drum, the bucket right underneath the chair. I'll take 5th grade over here. I'll bump you guys up.
Okay, so if you are not in Miss Brown's class, you can.
What's that? 5th grade is special.
I'll take them.
You'll take 5th grade? Okay. All right, go ahead, Mr. Thornton. Walking, guys, carefully.
Brown's 5 friends.
Sweet.
Oh, I gotta go. North face coast. Mr. Robinson, can I ask you a quick favor? We have 5 of our VIPs that didn't make it to the front. Just like a minute or two to take it.
Oh, they weren't here? Can they come to the next show? They can't.
They were here, but they weren't up here to drum.
Oh.
So if you can't, then I'll.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Okay. So Miss Brown's kids, have a seat right over here. And Mr. Robinson is going to drum with you. Sophia, you're going with Mr. Evans, right?
Yeah,
I
I'll
should
take
have
the
five.
other
Okay.
2nd grade students.
All right.
Anybody else who's not in Miss Brown's class, I'll look you guys up. Thank you. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So we have just a few minutes. So go ahead and slide your buckets out in front of you.
All right. Ready? Oh, let me get a bucket too then. I'll play a bucket. No problem.
Okay. Okay. I'm ready. Yep.
Don't use your stairs. Use your stairs. Move your body. Yeah, move your stairs, move your body. One row up. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome, everybody. Are we all getting situated and seated? Good to go? Yeah? And welcome as well to our friends who are joining us via the live stream, which is a camera right up there. You can give a quick wave. Hello, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and sit back down on your bottoms. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest today, Mr. Josh Robinson, who's here. Let's give him a nice round of applause. So I'll just share just a little bit. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Josh, sorry, he prefers to be called. I met Mr. Josh at a conference that I went to. So this is one of those things, like when you go out in life and get to see things, sometimes you're able to bring them back to your own world, your own experience. So I'm hoping that you guys can kind of do something similar. You'll get to experience Josh now and maybe even bring some of what he teaches you today back home to your friends, your family, and some others. He's a great person, an awesome drummer, a motivational, inspirational person. And he's become a friend, so I'm very, very fortunate to say that. And it's going to be a great assembly. I just want a couple of quick reminders. We got to make sure that we practice the 3 to be in our multi-purpose room. Okay, so keeping our volume down. Let Josh, the presenter, be the one that leads the conversation here. And I know you guys are going to do a great job with that. Keep your chairs where they are. If you need anything, like if you need to use the restroom or anything, raise your hand and one of our teachers will come around and help you with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and give another big round of applause for Mr. Josh. Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Your teachers were in here 2 days ago drumming with me. You knew that? Who spilled the beans? Okay. So listen, let's talk about the expectations for our time together today. I'm the kind of person that likes to have fun. I'm just like you. I'm a kid at heart. I'm just grew older in the process, being a kid. We're gonna have fun today. We're gonna express ourselves and we're gonna share. We're gonna be making some noise. We're gonna be moving around, but we're also gonna be doing some things that are more about listening, learning, and being quiet too. So I just need you to help me through the transitions because if we don't have any time to lose, it's like a bowl of your favorite ice cream. You don't want to lose one drop. You'll be digging at the bottom. Some of you even lick every drop of that ice cream because you love it, especially if it's the last one of the summer. So we're going to treat our time together today like that bowl of ice cream, okay? And we're not going to waste any of it. So if somebody around you is like having a hard time, just be like, hey, ice cream, drink. And we'll know. We got to get back to it, all right? So, raise your hand if you like to hit things. Yes. Just hands. Don't tell me. Just show me with your hands. All right. So we can't have a conversation as 100 people. So we can't have a 100-person conversation. So when I ask you a question and I say, show me your hands, I want you to show me your hands. I don't want to hear it. I just want you to show me. So we can keep moving. If somebody just took a piece of our ice cream. Mine was mixed up. All right. So show me with your hands if you like to hit things. Story of my life. Raise your hand if you hit things when you get mad. Keep your hand up if you make good choices when you hit things, when you get mad. Hard. It's mad. It's hard to control it. Good choice is not hitting somebody else, hitting a wall. No, what's a good choice? Pillow, a stuffed animal, a punching bag, a mattress, a drum. It's all spinning, vibrating, it's all happening up here. So, I love to drum. And I don't just drum when I'm mad, I drum when I'm glad, I drum to make people move, I drum to bring people together. It's my life work. Now, when I was a kid, maybe like your age, or somebody's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? My first answer was like, be a football player. My second answer was be a basketball player. My third answer was probably like be Batman if that job becomes available. Never did I think I would be a drummer, helping people with music. And that is what I get to do. I get to help people with music. I work all around the country, actually all around the world. I was doing a virtual session for Google, and they were in Tokyo. And it was 10:30 at night in my basement, and I'm going, stay awake, look alive, come on, here we go, let's go. Because it was the morning the